A little over a year ago, I took on my very first interior design project outside of my own properties. It was called the Alpine Oasis in Big Bear, California. Daniel and I transformed the space inside and out, designing the interiors and painting a mural, and it ended up being a huge success, nearly doubling its projected AirDNA profits. After seeing those results, Daniel wanted to do it again, this time bringing in a partner, Aaron, to take things even further with Summit Haven. They tackled a major renovation, and for the last few months, we've been working behind the scenes, collaborating with contractors, finalizing designs, and sourcing every last detail to bring the vision to life. Now, it's finally install time. We're headed back to Big Bear to bring it all together, styling the interiors, painting a new mural or two, and making sure every space is set up for an incredible guest experience. I can't wait to share the transformation. Let's go. Yeah, we've got this huge bag of equipment that is going to ultimately help us on this journey. And yeah, we're excited. You excited, Levi?
Super stoked. It's going to be an awesome install. All right, so we're going to walk you through our standard install kit. We have a paint tray at the bottom for industrial painting, a bunch of rollers, different paint brushes. We have a huge assortment of paint brushes. Plastic wrap, this is super nice for just wrapping up paint in between days. And we've got an extension cord because you never know, you always need it. A couple clipboards for hanging pictures of what we're painting. Got a whole assortment of tools in here. Stud finder, drill bits, a drill, screwdrivers, electric tools, plumbing tools, more utility stuff, paint, bug spray. That comes in handy very often.
Spackling is very important as well. You never know when you're going to have to repair a wall.
This thing's really nice for the grab and go. Hey guys, we're coming to you from the Las Vegas airport.
We are on our way to Big Bear, California. We had a quick layover here in Las Vegas. We did a workout, we played a slot machine, we won $18. Let's go.
We even got time to hit the lounge. Great layover. See you in Big Bear. Welcome to the jungle.
Howdy! We are doing the unboxing setup, which is tedious but really rewarding. It feels like Christmas Day. We're in the kitchen right now. We've got some things to build. We've got an island to build. We've got a ton to build, but it's day one. We're just getting started. Let's go! Progress on the kitchen.
Making progress on the island.
What you doing down there?
Just securing the countertop.
All right, you are one with the drawers. Okay, so I am in the bunk room, and this room is gonna be really unique. It's gonna have an entire double built-in, it's gonna have a double built-in bunk bed, twin over full. For like a kid's room, it's gonna be really epic, but there's gonna be wallpaper on this wall, and believe it or not, this is the first time I've ever done wallpaper. So wish me luck. I've never done it before because I've always just opted to paint murals, because a lot of times it's easier and cheaper for me to do for myself, but for clients, sometimes using wallpaper is better. We were supposed to have a wallpaper installer and they weren't able to do it, so I'm gonna be attempting it myself, so don't laugh as I'm learning. But I've got all the tools here. We've got a ton of different things. We're using non-woven paste, so here goes nothing. Just a night at Summit Haven. We're eating crap. And I am on my way to the mural. Day one has consisted of a lot of work, as you would expect, a lot of unboxing. We set up the kitchen almost entirely. We also put up the wallpaper. I put up the wallpaper of the bunk room, which that was my first time doing wallpaper, and I must say, I'm pretty good at it. I think I'm just meticulous and it works out. But Levi built a kitchen island, put a beautiful butcher block top on it, and now we've got more seating, more entertaining zones. The living room is coming together. We set up the dining room, so we're getting there. We've got a few days ahead of us.
Here we are, day 2. Bella's getting the murals process started.
That's right. So we are painting the outdoor mural today. It is this big one on this chimney right here. Just setting up all my equipment. I like to put down a nice drop cloth and tape it off so it doesn't blow up when the wind comes. And then on this side, I've got all my painting equipment, which I also put down some drop cloths to make sure I don't get paint on anything. Today we're going to be using only 3 colors. So the black, that is the background. We might need to use touch-ups. And then we're going to have the white, the same color as the house, and a bright green to really make it pop. So this mural is going to really bring the ski vibes to this house. So let's paint.
I've been trying to breathe underwater. I've been trying to hide 'cause I'm scared. Confusing which is one from the other. 'Cause it doesn't mean so much in the end. I've been trying to breathe.
Okay, so it's very bright outside today, but when it comes to painting exterior murals, there's a few things you need to think about that are a little bit different with interior ones. A lot of times the wall is actually not quite as smooth, so being conscientious about that and making sure you have the right materials. So when it comes to rolling on an exterior surface, you want a thicker nap. Nap refers to how thick the roller brush is. So the thicker it is, the heavier the nap is, whereas the thinner it is, the lighter the nap. And in terms of textured walls to non-textured walls, you want a thicker nap for higher textured walls. So this is a brick wall. If I were to roll this, I would use a very thick nap, like 1/2 inch or higher, which is like as big as they come. Whereas if it's a flat surface interior wall, you can do like a 1/4 inch nap. And it's just about how much paint it holds and how it can get into those nooks and crannies. Additionally, you want to make sure you're using exterior paint. One of my favorites is Bear Dynasty. They make these little samples that are perfect for small colors, and they have interior, exterior finishes. Another thing to think about is sheen. A lot of times with interior walls, I like to just match the sheen of the existing wall. So if it's an eggshell, then get whatever colors you want in eggshell sheen. But for exterior stuff, a lot of times it's a little bit better to go on a little bit more satiny side, because exterior walls get a little dirtier than interior. So the smoother it is, the better it keeps away the dirt. Otherwise, you have to be a little bit conscientious if you're painting in really cold weather or really hot weather. Some paint has like temperature requirements. The good news is a lot of times you can paint as long as it's not freezing or raining. But there is one type of paint called Latitude by Sherwin-Williams that allows you to paint even if it's really potentially rainy weather. I think that's it in terms of painting for exterior walls. Making sure to like press in. If it's a really textured wall, you can take your brush and like literally press in like this to get into those cracks. Otherwise, good luck with your exterior mural.
What we got going on in here?
We are looking at plumbing. We're looking at plumbing and looking at a bathroom fan.
All right. Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Got some painting going on here. Say hi.
What's up, brothers?
Hey guys, I'm sitting with Aaron Hartshorn. He is the investor owner of the Summit Haven House here in Big Bear, and we're just going to be talking a little bit about why you decided to invest in Airbnb, why you chose Big Bear. Can you give us a little breakdown of this property?
Absolutely. So this is an amazing property. 4-bedroom, 2-bath, over a 1/4 acre land. We are positioned here in Big Bear because we're so close to the lake. We're close to the summit itself. Year-round rentals. And with obviously your help, it's going to be desirable beyond belief. So it's going to be, 100% vacancy is going to be great.
Nice. So I know that you do some property management of Airbnbs, but this is your first Airbnb property yourself?
This is.
Why did you decide to invest in Airbnb? Why do you feel like it's an important investment?
I think that Airbnb has potential to make so much profit, but it has to be done right. And everyone, especially in Big Bear, it's very concentrated on the majority of homes being used as second houses and second homes. So those that want to make some money on Airbnb, they're just using 4 walls and a roof and they expect to have great returns. But in order to separate ourselves, this is why we obviously chose your company, is we have to differentiate to get the profits that we want, and the investment return within 2 years is what our main focus is.
Absolutely. So last question is like, why did you choose to use a designer instead of just doing it yourself?
I'm not sure there's enough like tape on this video for that. But the main reason is I have no understanding of or concept of what things should look like. I can see what looks good and I say, hey, that looks good, I want to copy that. But having it all like mesh, there's no strength there for me.
So what's your favorite part of the design that we came up with?
I would have to say it's a combination of this living space, this living room, and then the backyard and how it just kind of flows. When you walk in this front door, you see this, and it's a wow factor, right? And then you walk and you see the dining room table, wow factor. Then you walk outside and the massive deck and the way that's perfectly laid out, wow factor. So it's like, it's a constant like, yes, we spent a lot of money on Airbnb this house. Is it worth it? And you walk in and you say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. That's the whole thing.
Yay. Well, thank you so much for hiring us. We loved this install. It turned out super successful. Stay tuned to be able to rent this house yourself. We will include the link in bio. So check that out. And yeah, good luck. And we can't wait to come back to Summit Haven when it's fully finished.
Always welcome.
Yay!
Thank you.
What's up, guys? We are here at the conclusion of the Summit Haven installation in Big Bear, California, and it has been a ride.
It has been a really, really hard week. Honestly, installation weeks are super, super exhausting, but they are so freaking rewarding because all of the planning, all of the buying, all of the designing that we've been doing for months is finally coming to fruition, and we get to see the fruits of our labor.
It's really fun. We get to like walk around and be like, oh, I built that. I built that, I built that. And then you're like, oh, I didn't build that, but that's new. And it's just a really fun process seeing like everything just
Come to life.
Come to life.
So we were here for about 5 days. Most of those days were spent assembling furniture, arranging the house, getting rid of cardboard, but also we spent some time in the backyard. It is actively snowing here in Big Bear, so we weren't able to finish everything that we wanted to this turn, but that's okay because the owners, Aaron and Daniel, are gonna be back here next weekend and the weekend after, finishing off those last minute finishing touches. But what we can see so far, we absolutely love. Let's see, what were some of our highlights and lowlights of this trip?
Well, one thing about this trip that was extremely difficult is we're doing 75 hard right now.
That is very true.
We have to do 2 workouts a day while we're here.
Drink a gallon of water. These were really difficult. Really difficult to do.
You gotta realize we're doing like 14-hour work days.
This is true.
We wake up and grind until we go to bed.
Yeah, we were working from around 8:30, 9 a.m., maybe like 2 hours of breaks throughout the day, but we were up till like 11 p.m. almost every single night, setting up furniture, getting things organized, and all for this. So it was totally worth it, and we love that heavy duty grind, but doing 75 hard during it was
I'd say the hardest part of each day was the second workout.
Absolutely. But we enjoyed getting to walk around Big Bear. We saw a lot of the town. We saw a lot of the nature, and thankfully it snowed in the last day. So hopefully this house will see some occupancy here when they launch in a few weeks.
My favorite part,
yeah.
we're doing highs and lows, right?
Yeah.
My favorite thing was building a kitchen island. That was like a really fun thing I've never done before, and it turned out great.
One of the things I loved about the kitchen island is when we knew we needed to put an island in that house or in that kitchen, we looked at like pre-built ones that we could just assemble. And ultimately they were like $2,000+ for like the bare minimum. And none of them I really loved, and they were all kind of small. We really wanted it to feel permanent and like it was meant for that kitchen. So we opted to just build base cabinets from Home Depot, and then ultimately added a butcher block countertop. And we did that all from scratch. Ended up being like $1,500 instead of $2,000+. And ultimately it looks so much better. Yeah. We did a built-in trash pullout, which is really great for Airbnbs, especially high-level ones. And we even got to do a coffee bar, which is another great feature of this house. But I must say my favorite part of the house is for sure the living room, the hanging chair, and the backyard. I know the backyard's just gonna keep getting better and better as they spend more time and do their version 2, version 3, but ultimately this is a haven, and it's named appropriately, Summit Haven.
Yeah. It's been a great trip.
This was the first time I ever hung wallpaper, and I ended up really enjoying it, and I was pretty good at it. I would say in terms of if I could paint a mural faster than hanging wallpaper, I'd say I'm probably equal speed at this point because that mural pretty much only took me a day. But that mural ended up being a super awesome centerpiece for this house, and the same design on the exterior looks so good, especially with the deck right there. So I think so far so good. And once they finish the bunk bedroom and a few last minute installs for the exterior, this place is gonna be the coolest Airbnb on the block. I can tell you right now, we've seen all the comps, we won.
It's gonna be bitchin'.
So if you're interested in renting it out, we'll have the link in the description. So definitely go check it out. And if you're interested in hearing more about our services, let us know. There's a link in the description for that too.